So I'm just getting back from the barbershop today. I didn't do the mobile barber this week. I didn't have him come here because I had a friend who recommended his barber to me. So I decided, hey, let me go over there and check this guy to see what he's about. Hey, what y'all think? He got me straight. Looked like he did a pretty good job. Now, over here, man, there's two types of barbershops. Well, at least, it may be more than that, but two that I know of. And those barbershops, one of them is that you go in there, they cut your hair, and you go on about your business. The other one is a barbershop and spa, where you go in there, they cut your hair, they give you a facial, they give you a manicure, pedicure, massage, and all this type of stuff. So the one I went to today, it was the spa. And I remember when I first used to come over here and I seen it, because that was the first time I actually experienced that, is when I came over here. Remember, my first time coming over here, I was in Alabama. We didn't have those types of barbershops. And I know in some of the bigger cities in the States, they probably already had barbershops like that. But for me, it was my first experience. And I used to be like, man, this is cool. You know, the girl come in, she put the thing around your neck and she put the cape on you. And once the barber is done, you know, she put the Noxzema on your face and she just start rubbing your face and all that stuff. You be like, oh, that little girl touching on me. Oh man, making you feel all good. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I really don't like that anymore. And I can't say I always liked it. It just was new for me. Like, I want to go to the barbershop. I want to get my hair cut and I want to get the hell on. I'm in here and the girl comes over after my barber has finished. And, you know, he takes his time, which I like it. He's very meticulous and he pays attention to details. So I'm already in the chair really longer than I want to be in there. So once he's done, he lays me back again. I'm like, what's happening? And next thing you know, she comes over with her brush and the Noxzema and she puts that on my face, grabs a towel, puts it on my face, and then just starts massaging my face and this and that. She leaves the towel on there for a minute, and then she takes it off, so she starts, you know, cleaning my face and wiping all the Noxzema off, then start massaging my temple. And the whole time I'm there, I'm like, I'm ready to go. You know, I'm ready to go. Stop, just wipe my face off. Don't massage my temples. I don't want any of that, man. I just want to go home. I don't want a massage in the barbershop. I don't want a manicure in the barbershop. I don't want a pedicure in the barbershop. I don't want you rubbing on my hands. I don't want you rubbing on my head. I just want you to cut my hair and then I want to go home. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm getting old. I guess I'm getting a little bit more grumpy. I guess that's what the white hair is doing right there. I'm just getting grumpy. I don't want none of that, man. But that type of barbershop and service is plentiful around here. So it's just something that they do. And I know the girls are just doing their job, but I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I may, but I'm gonna have to tell them I don't want any of that. I just need my hair cut and I wanna go home. I don't want any of that other stuff. I don't go to the barbershop for that. I go to the barbershop just to get a cut, man. So anyway, let's get to the topic of the video. So while I was in the barbershop, I was talking to my friend because he was actually there too. And he and I was sitting at the bar, which one of the things I do like about the barbershop is that they do have a bar in there where you can have a drink while you're getting your hair cut or while you're waiting to get your hair cut. And he was telling me about his weekend, what he had did the previous weekend. And he was saying, man, I got so wasted that I had to end up telling security to lock me in the bathroom and don't let anybody come in. And I had to end up paying them to watch me until the next morning, until I woke up and I was feeling better. And I'm just sitting there listening to him, man. I'm like, man, this is a wild story, bro. Wild story. I'm like, so you stayed in the bathroom at a club all night? He was like, yeah, man, yeah. And he shared with me another time that he had got so wasted where he forgot where he stayed at. And he had to call the owner of the place that he was staying to come pick him up, to take him back to his place because he couldn't remember where he stayed. And so I'm sitting here listening to this. So as we continue to talk, he admit the error of his ways. He understood that, listen, that's a no-no, that you cannot, under no circumstances, be operating like that out here in these streets in Dominican Republic. You just can't. And one thing that stood out to me as we were having this conversation that made me actually want to record this video is when he said, hey, I definitely need to do better because this is not America. And he's right. This is not America. And that's twofold. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean. Unlike America, you feel really, really free over here to do whatever you wanna do. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not committing any crimes and things like that, you feel so free, so you tend to express yourself that way. But also on the flip side of that, the consequences, if you're not careful, can be unlike America too, because there could be no accountability if something happens to you. So you gotta be careful that way too. So yes, this is not America. When you're having fun, it's not America. And if something goes wrong, it's also not America. So you have to be careful. I used to say, and I still say, that Dominican Republic to me is safe. I'm gonna start changing that up. And I'm gonna start saying that Dominican Republic is safe for me. And the reason why I'm gonna start saying that is because I know my lifestyle. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know if you're gonna be the person who's gonna get wasted and have to sleep in the bathroom. That doesn't seem like a safe lifestyle to me. I don't know if you're the person who's gonna let some random woman come back to your hotel room or your Airbnb. To me, that's not a safe lifestyle. I live like an old man. I'm with my family 85, 90% of the time. So I know the way I live, the type of moves I make, that I feel safe. So I wanna share with you guys some precautions that I typically take when I'm out and about to ensure my safety. And one of them is I don't go to ATMs at night. I'm gonna get all the money that I need before the nightfall. Now, if I have to stop by ATM, which is rare at night, it's not gonna be an outside ATM, meaning if it's at the gas station, it can't be outside. It have to be inside the gas station, or it have to be at a bank. Some of the banks, depending on the location, they have a armed security guard that's there. I don't know if he's there all night or not, but I've been there, maybe around 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and they're still there. But they're armed, and you go inside, the ATM is there, you can get you some money. But typically, I'm not withdrawing any money at night when I'm here in Dominican Republic. And another thing I don't do is I don't drive around the city typically after midnight by myself. Now, if my wife is with me and we're leaving somewhere, yes, I would drive after midnight with her. But by myself, typically, I'm not driving after midnight. And if I am, it's gonna be in the Distrito Nacional area. I'm on main streets like Churchill, 27, Lope de Vega, Tiradentes, Romelo Betancourt, Maximum Gomez, streets like that. I'm not going down any back streets after midnight. I'm just not. Not saying that it's unsafe. I don't want to find out. I stay on the main streets if I'm out after 12 p.m. But again, that is rare because I'm tired at 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be rare that I'm out at midnight by myself. Extremely rare. But if I had to, I would make sure I stay on the main roads. And the next one is similar to the last one, is I don't drive in typical Dominican neighborhoods that I don't know when the sun goes down. Once it's dark and you live in a typical Dominican neighborhood, you won't see me over there, especially if I'm by myself. Again, if my wife is with me, yes, I'll drive over there. Now in Santo Domingo Norte, in Villa Maya, in Buena Vista Primero, yes, I would drive over there at night because my family lives there. I am familiar with that neighborhood. But anywhere else, I'm just not gonna be over in those neighborhoods by myself with my broken Spanish and something happens and I'm trying to figure things out. No, that won't be me. And another thing I won't do is you will not catch me hanging out after 2 o'clock in the morning, nowhere in this city, even with my wife. If we're not home at 2 o'clock, we're on our way home. We're not hanging out after 2 o'clock in the morning. I hear people say they hang out to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't understand it. You're asking for trouble. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen to you, but you're opening the doors for trouble. Listen, take your ass home. Remember, this isn't your country. Take precautions. You don't have to party to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be a next day. Saturday's coming. Sunday's coming. The weekend is coming again. Take precautions, man. Don't be out there partying all night. And I'm talking Santo Domingo especially. Now, I know there are other areas of the country that are much safer, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, man. It's nothing out there but trouble. Another thing I wouldn't do is I would not hang out in the barrios with random people. Like I just told you guys, this is not America. So it's easy for you to meet people. It's easy to feel free. It's easy to trust people. It's easy for us to let our guard down. And I'm not saying that everybody's out here to take advantage of you, because I don't believe that. But I do believe in taking precautions. And the motto is self-preservation, safety first. Don't be hanging out in the barrio with people you don't know. I remember a guy telling me he was hanging out in the barrio with somebody he just met. And he saw that the sun was going down. He was sitting there and things just started to, the scenery started to change. It started to look a little sketchy. And he was thinking to himself, man, I need to get up out of here. He did the right thing. Get your stuff and go. You have no business hanging out in the barrio with people you've just met, you don't know, and trusting these people. Like I said, I'm not saying nobody's gonna do anything to you, but you have to be on the side of caution when you're a guest in somebody else's country. And the next one is, you probably heard this one before, and other people said it is, if I have to walk around in the streets, I'm walking around in normal clothes. Nothing that's gonna attract attention to me. I don't have my cell phone out. I don't have any jewelry on, no watches, no earrings, no nothing. I'm just walking the streets, because my main goal when I leave the house is to get back home to my wife and daughter. So I wanna make sure that when I'm out and about, I'm not bringing any unwanted attention to myself. So guys, I just wanted to say that because, like I said, I was having this conversation with one of my friends. I'm not gonna mention his name, man. He knows who I'm talking about. But guys, you gotta understand, and trust me, I get it. I've been like that. You feel so free over here, and the people are so friendly that you think everybody has your best interest in mind. And no matter where you are in the world, everybody doesn't have your best interest in mind. And you have to show some type of discernment while you're out here in these streets. So guys, I just wanted to share that with you, because like I said, I live like an old man. I'm not out here in these streets doing anything crazy. Listen, I ain't come over here to live out some weird fantasy with threesomes and foursomes and party and drink all night and till the sun come up, and none of that stuff. I just didn't come over here for that. You know what I'm saying? So the lifestyle that I live is a little bit more calmer, a little bit more normal, which it doesn't expose me to a lot of the stuff that some people come over here and do, and it exposes them to risks that may not be in their best benefit. So guys, just make sure when you come over here, take care of yourself, not just here. In any country you go to that's not your country. Some other countries are much safer than DR. I'm not saying that DR isn't safe. I know I said I wasn't gonna say that, but I'm not saying that it isn't safe. But DR is a country where you still have to use some common sense. It's not Japan, where you can walk around 3 o'clock in the morning. I think they said you can do that also in Vietnam and places like that. No, it's not Southeast Asia. It's definitely not that. You still gotta exercise common sense. So until then, guys, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're gonna live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know.